Hey, we're here in the beautiful studios for Mobile Video 360. I'm with the founder, Mike Paule, and it's great to have you here today. We're going to learn a little bit more about you personally and an exciting new launch that you have.
Great. Welcome to the studio,
I
Scott.
love being here. You've done
Appreciate you
an
coming in.
amazing job with the place. I love it. It's fantastic. And so, Mike, your background is impressive. Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, this is my second stint in Austin. I kind of going back. I grew up in Arizona. Spent really childhood out there, but was able to attend the University of Texas in Austin.
Yay.
Hey, hook 'em horns. And but I ended up graduating from Arizona State.
Bad
But
idea.
yeah. And then spent 32 years out in Southern California, raising a family, building businesses, which I'll talk about in a moment. But so I love the opportunity to come back to Austin, and so much has changed, but it's such a beautiful community
Indeed.
out here. But so my background, I've had the opportunity to be involved both on the business side and also on the community side. So on the business side, actually, I started off really in the financial services area. What brought me out to California was an opportunity to run a trading department for an investment firm, and then eventually I became the compliance director and the principal of the firm. But really understood the financial side of business, which I think really was important, especially as my career advanced. But I ended up starting a tech company back in the 90s in the document imaging content management field. Built that company up for about 15 years, eventually sold it. We had a chance to work with so many wonderful clients, a lot of Fortune 100 customers, the space program, NASA was a client, Rocketdyne, a lot of the big entertainment companies, even Bob Hope. We digitized Bob Hope's life's work for him, and that was a fantastic experience.
Not bad.
But eventually sold that business, and then got involved started up with Mobile Video 360. Well, along the way, also had an opportunity of really doing a lot of things with the community, and so really gravitated towards leadership roles. And so starting off, actually when my kids were young, I've got two wonderful daughters and a son-in-law. And I started coaching and eventually ran a big youth basketball program. We had about 2,000 kids in our program. I did that for about 10 years, had the opportunity of coaching. It was a lot of fun, learned a lot about leadership actually
No doubt.
during that period of time. And then eventually, I decided I wanted to get more involved in the community, got involved with some nonprofit boards that I served on. I ran for local office. I was elected as a council member in my community of Oak Park, California, and then also got elected to the Water District Board as a director, which I served for 10 years. And then eventually got involved with a leadership program, a leadership academy, countywide program, where I went through that 1-year program, and then stayed involved on the board, as a leader on that, and then eventually became chairman of the board of that leadership academy. And that was a fantastic experience of meeting people in the community. But my next chapter in life took me out to Austin, and so love it out here in the Lakeway area, and so. Really have been the last couple of years building a new business, a new community business, and on the video side with, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, but Mobile Video 360, which is an opportunity to create content here for helping local businesses.
Awesome. I know you have a passion for community leadership. Why do you think you have been so successful in leadership roles, Mike?
You know, I really come from a family that was very engaged in the community. Had great role models, and my parents, my mother, my father, really were involved with the community back in Arizona. And so I really love being involved, in that leadership role within the community. I mentioned a little bit of the experience of things that I've had, but I think what's made me effective as a community leader is I listen, and I really, my goal is to really empower the people that I work with. So many times a leader can come in and thinks, hey, I make decisions, it's my way or no way. Really, it's not how I feel. And so in the different roles that I've served and the different boards that I've been involved, people that have worked with me know, that I'm someone that is going to look at a situation in a very thoughtful manner. In other words, I come prepared. So in all the things that I did as a council member, as a board member of these various nonprofits, it's always was taking the time to be prepared and to understand the people that you're working with, that they are, they're an important part of the success really of any organization. And I think as a leader, it's really to bring out those strengths and that passion.
Yeah.
And so I consider myself a problem solver. I love to get in. I've been involved in many situations that were, that could be a little bit delicate at times. You've got personalities at play here. And so really what I enjoy is working with groups of people and really helping to lead them to make a decision that will be supported as the organization goes forward, and for people to be satisfied that they are an integral and important part of that team. I think that's really key.
Mike, I know you mentioned just a moment ago you have 2 daughters, and I think you're going to be a grandpa in the near term. Tell us about that.
We can't be getting that old, can we?
I won't tell if you won't tell.
So my older daughter is expecting her a son out actually in California here in the next couple of months. So I'm excited to be a grandfather, and having raised daughters, having been a lot on my side of the family, we have a lot of girls. This is the first boy, so we're excited about that, and I really look forward to having a relationship with my grandson, and really to see my daughter and son-in-law, to see how them excel as parents, and to give love to their child that we felt we gave to our kids here growing up.
Yeah. Okay. So I just have to ask you, do you already have a name picked out for yourself as a grandpa?
You know what? I've been asked that question. I honestly don't have that right yet. I mean, it's an excellent question, and I guess I have to give that some thought a little bit.
Well, you have a little bit of time, but
yeah,
you're on the clock.
Grandpa sounds good. I have to get used to that a little bit. Yeah, I think that I might have to see what. And sometimes I think maybe the child will sort of come up with their own,
Yes.
name for you. But yeah, it's just so exciting, having the opportunity, to see your child, actually start a family of their own. I think it's just so satisfying.
I'm sure you'd be a great grandpa. So we're sitting here in your new studio, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, in beautiful Lakeway. And Mike, what types of video services does Mobile Video 360 provide?
Yeah, so our company really specializes in helping to create content to tell stories. And I think, and we just have come through a difficult year for a lot of businesses, a lot of people. And I think it's so important that businesses make a better connection with their customer. And we believe that doing that through video is an excellent way really of getting your message out. So our studio is really set up, like for example, the interviews that we're doing here, getting to know somebody on a personal level, and understanding what really motivates them, and and really what they offer to their customer. Again, it's really all about making a connection. So we have a variety of services here, different types of videos. We've got interview videos. We have sets to do green screen videos, white background. We can do aerials. We're certified as an FAA license as a drone operator. So we can do drone. I love doing aerials and things like that. 3D tours of properties we've done. Work a lot within the real estate sector as well, for some of the photography services and the the virtual tour services that we do in here. But we have a tremendous amount of resources, and that's key. I mean, we've invested in equipment, in audio, in lighting, in sets to really help our customer tell their story. And I think that's what's key here. And so what Mobile Video 360 is all about is creating good, compelling content that we feel will be effective in our clients marketing their services and helping really a lot of them that have struggled, for this past year, find a way to get their message out and to help them build back, to a growth trajectory.
Yeah,
and I think
that's a good word.
key.
Yeah, indeed. Tell us a little bit more about that platform, how that will look, and that launch.
Okay, so one of the things, and I talked a little bit about some of the community involvement, community engagement, and having grown up in a small business family, and being involved, in some of these different organizations and boards, you really find out how important it is, or understand how important it is for small business to be successful. My dad was a pharmacist. He had a pharmacy, small business. He had to compete with some of the big players out there, but he offered really a lot of personalized services, and he had a story of which he wanted to tell, and what made him successful, I think, was just that commitment, to his customer, to the client, and to giving back in the community. So we've launched Lake Travis BIZ Report, and really what that is all about is it's a very innovative community site that has some unique aspects to it. So we have, our goal really is to bring in, a variety of businesses into the site, be able to promote those businesses to the consumer, to be able to utilize video as a platform for helping them, better connect and tell their messages. We're going to do live stream broadcasts. We want to be able to give updates. Lake Travis BIZ Report, there's the report part of it. So we want to keep people informed about what's happening in the community. That could be, new development coming in. It could be trends. It could be, from a health standpoint, as to, what's happening, right now with the recovery, out of the pandemic. But things that affect business, things that affect the local community, we have a calendar feature in there. So we're going to be able to provide really some information about upcoming events that some of our members of our business community are offering to, and so people have the opportunity of participating in that. So it's part education, it's innovative. We're going to be doing special promotions. Our business members on the site, we are going to have them do special offers and promotions. Again, we want people to help support our local business community. And so we want to make sure that, there's every opportunity to do that, regardless of whether it's a service or whether it's a product. So we want our members to be able to offer special promotions and discounts and things to our customers out there. So Lake Travis BIZ Report, it's evolving, and we just launched it, and we're really excited that we have that we're going to be having these resources available to to both the business community and also just the community at large.
Mike, could you tell us, what do you enjoy most about your community engagement and activities?
Having talked a little bit about some of the community engagement, that I've been involved with, I think it's just a lot of fun. I mean, since we moved out here, since we relocated to the Lakeway area, we've met a lot of people. We've been involved, with some groups, some network groups, the Chamber of Commerce. We've gotten to know a lot of neighbors where there's so much growth. There's so many new people coming into the community, but there's people that we've met that have been here that are multi-generational. That it's fascinating to hear about how things were before. And
yes.
And change is tough, and sometimes people adjust to change in different ways, but growth is certainly a reality out in the Austin area. And So I think managing that growth correctly is important. But also just as businesses come out here, just having the opportunity of finding, learning about, really where they've come from. I mean, we've got people that have had experienced businesses in other states and they've relocated out here and they've got fascinating stories to tell about, what brought them out here, how they got to this point, how they started their business. And I love being able to not only get to know people out in this area, but also help to share their story, which is because if people don't know about you, I mean,
Yeah.
it's you're not going to be as successful, and so it's just a lot of fun, really helping people. I think at the end of the day, I get a lot of satisfaction with that, and just seeing that we can have an impact on not only on business, but that it really trickles down to to their families and to into the rest of the community. Because the more successful our local businesses are, the more successful I think the community as a whole is going to be.
Yeah, well, and just in the short time since you've been back, Mike, and I've gotten to know you over the last couple of years, I think one of the great qualities you have is connecting with other people. I understand that you're offering a free business listing on the Lake Travis Biz Report to the community. Can you share a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So part of this site, this new site, community site that we put together is, we really want to have as many of our local businesses participate as possible. So we want to make it easy for them. And so we're offering a free business listing. And free is free. Some people say, well, wait a minute, is it really free? Yes, it's free.
Yes, I've experienced it. It is free.
And so we have an online form that they simply fill out. It takes just a few minutes, and they submit maybe a logo, a picture or two that represents their business, a little brief description. And it's very easy to do that, and then we will put that on their site, and then we will help to promote them, which is really the key of the goal of Lake Travis Biz Report. We also are launching a Biz Members program as well, and so part of really the experience that we want to give to our local businesses is the opportunity to be found, to connect with the community. But I'm also very, very big in education. And so one of the things that we want to do is, and we're in the process of launching now, is our members program. And in the members program, we're going to provide a lot of education, a lot of B2B training. People like yourself that are, that have great experience in business and in coaching, I think are a valuable asset to the general business community. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be offering content on here. We're going to be doing live monthly Q&A, Ask the Expert segments, so people can get help. And they're also going to be part of a local community of businesses where they will be able to help each other out, to connect with each other. And so the business, it's a very feature-rich program, but there's no commitment, for people. We want the businesses on the site. We want to give them exposure, and we want to give them the opportunity, if they so choose, to become a member of our Biz Members program, to sort of escalate their opportunity, not only with Lake Travis Biz Report, but also just within and just with their expertise. The content we're going to be teaching, the resources that we're going to be providing in this members program, I think, will be a great asset to anybody in local business that really is intent on helping to grow their business and make it even more successful in the future.
Yeah, Mike, certainly excited about what you're launching and what you're creating and the value that you're bringing to the marketplace. And I've loved being here with you today.
Well, thank you, Sky. I appreciate that. And we love working with everybody in our business community. And if we can be of help to anybody, we love the opportunity to connect and to talk. And for that business listing, which again, we really encourage our small business community to take advantage of that. Go to LakeTravisBizReport.com /members. We'll get you to the free listing form. But just poke around, take a look at it, and and if we can be of help to anybody, we'd love to be that resource out here for our businesses.
Thanks.
So thank you so much.
My pleasure, Mike. It's great to be with you today.
Thank you.